One of the best ways you can keep your food budget in check is to make sure you're using up what you've got in your pantry. So this week I used up a bunch of leftover ingredients I had on hand to make this absolutely gorgeous butternut squash salad. It's simple but elegant, and very easy to prepare. Plus, it meal preps great. So I'm definitely going to eating this for lunch for the next few days. What's in this butternut squash salad? I had a bunch of leftovers from the roasted Brussels sprouts salad that I made for Thanksgiving. So I repurposed the flavors into this butternut squash salad. Instead of using Brussels sprouts as the green, I used simple mixed greens. I swapped out the roasted sweet potatoes for roasted butternut squash, because I had gotten a bunch of those on sale a couple of weeks ago. Added some dried cranberries, and then topped the salad with the same combination of pecans, goat cheese, and a homemade maple Dijon vinaigrette. It's so simple, but feels so one fancy one. Make it a meal. I would serve this salad, as written, as a side dish or as part of a meal. If you want to bulk it up a bit and turn this into a meal salad, here are a few things you can add. Cooked turkey breast, cooked chicken breast, cooked bacon, cooked farro or barley, cooked wild rice, diced apples or pears, thinly sliced red onions. Other cheese options. Not everyone is a fan of goat cheese, and it's not always the most affordable cheese on the shelf. So if you need to swap that out for another option, try diced white cheddar, shaved Parmesan, or maybe something like manchego. How to store butternut squash salad for meal prep. As I mentioned above, I'm going to be meal prepping this salad for my lunches. The best way to keep this salad fresh for a few days is to use the proper layering technique. Layer this salad in your meal prep container with dressing and toppings on the bottom and the delicate greens on top. So it would go in this order: dressing, butternut squash, pecans, cranberries, goat cheese, greens. This keeps the greens away from the dressing and prevents them from being squished by the heavy toppings. When you're ready to eat, just shake or stir. The salad should stay good in the refrigerator for about 4 days. Print. Butternut squash salad. This colorful butternut squash salad features roasted butternut squash, tender greens, flavorful toppings, and a maple Dijon vinaigrette. Course dinner. Lunch. Salad cuisine. American, total cost $6.43. Recipe, $1. 61 serving. Prep time 15 minutes. Cook time 30 minutes. Total time 45 minutes. Servings 4. Calories 378 kilocalories. Author Beth. Budget bites. Equipment: enamelware sheet pan, parchment paper, chef's knife. Ingredients: roasted butternut squash 2 pounds. Butternut squash $1. 78 1 tablespoon olive oil $0. 13 1 pinch salt $0. 01 1 pinch pepper $0. 01 maple Dijon vinaigrette 1/4 cup olive oil $0. 52 2 tablespoon maple syrup $0. 64 2 tablespoon apple cider vinegar $0. 15 1 teaspoon Dijon mustard $0. 02 1/4 of a teaspoon garlic powder $0. 02 1/4 of a teaspoon salt $0. 02 1/4 of a teaspoon freshly cracked black pepper $0. 02 salad 4 cups spring mix $1. 75 1/4 cup dried cranberries $0. 27 1/4 cup chopped pecans $0. 59 1 ounce goat cheese $0. Instructions: preheat the oven to 400 F. Peel and slice 2 pounds of butternut squash into 1/2 inch cubes, about 4 cups cubes. Place the cubed butternut squash on a parchment-lined baking sheet. Drizzle with olive oil, and add a pinch of salt and pepper. Toss the squash until well coated in oil. Roast the squash in the oven for about 30 minutes, stirring once after about 20 minutes of roasting. After 30 minutes, the squash should be tender with a little bit of browning on the edges. Allow the squash to cool. While the squash is roasting, make the vinaigrette. Whisk together the olive oil, maple syrup, apple cider vinegar, Dijon mustard, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. Set the dressing aside. When the squash is cool to your liking, you can use it warm or room temperature. Build the salad. Place the spring mix on the bottom. Then top with the roasted squash, dried cranberries, chopped pecans, and crumbled goat cheese. If serving right away, add about half of the dressing and toss to coat. Add more dressing to each serving as needed. See how we calculate recipe costs here. Nutrition: serving 1 salad, calories 378 kilocalories, carbohydrates 42 grams, protein 5 grams, fat 24 grams, sodium 216 milligrams, fiber 6 grams. How to make butternut squash salad. Step-by-step photos. Preheat the oven to 400 F. Peel and dice about 2 pounds of butternut squash into 1/2 inch cubes, about 4 cups once diced. Add the squash to a parchment-lined sheet pan. Then drizzle with 1 tablespoon olive oil and add a pinch of salt and pepper. Toss until the butternut squash is evenly coated. Roast the butternut squash in the preheated oven for 30 minutes, stirring once after about 20 minutes in the oven. After 30 minutes, the squash should be tender and have some caramelization on the edges, brown color. Allow the squash to cool slightly. While the butternut squash is in the oven, prepare the maple Dijon vinaigrette. Whisk together 1/4 cup olive oil, 2 tablespoons maple syrup, 2 tablespoons apple cider vinegar, 1 teaspoon Dijon mustard, 1/4 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, and 1/4 teaspoon freshly cracked pepper. Set the dressing aside. You can serve this salad with the squash still slightly warm, at room temperature, or chilled. Once the squash has cooled to your liking, it's time to build the salad. Add 4 cups spring mix to a large serving bowl. Then top with the roasted butternut squash, chopped pecans, dried cranberries, and crumbled goat cheese. If meal prepping the salad, add the ingredients to individual containers in the opposite order, dressing first, toppings, then spring mix. Add about half of the dressing. Then toss the salad to coat. Add more dressing to each serving to taste. I like to top each salad bowl with a little more pepper and a pinch of salt. But that's just me. No matter how you serve it, this butternut squash salad is the perfect mix of sweet, savory, nutty, and creamy flavors. More butternut squash recipes. Butternut squash soup, butternut squash curry, chipotle butternut squash and quinoa salad. The post butternut squash salad appeared first on Budget Bites.